All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and do a video for you guys and gals. Those of you commenting there, if you would please give me a like. I see two of you posting comments already, but no likes yet. So if you guys will please hit that like button, it would be greatly appreciated. Also, I made an adjustment with the microphone. If you guys will let me know how that sounds, right? Let me know how that sounds. Appreciate it, guys. Hit those likes. So, get over to the topic at hand. I made a video the other day saying, look, congratulating Sam on his pro card, right? And then people were like, why are you going soft on bodybuilding? Or you not? I thought you said he's going to be in an early grade with stuff he's doing, blah, blah, blah. Okay. None of that changes. Here's how stuff works, guys. Let me explain how this works. I cannot be a hater and give credit where credit is due. Look, if someone does something that I personally am not necessarily a fan of, but it's a major goal, something really difficult to achieve that they set out to achieve and they successfully do so. Even if I don't agree with it, is it okay to acknowledge the accomplishment and say, you know what, dude? This guy did something really difficult. He did something that I've had friends over the years who tried to do many times and failed to do. There are people I've been friends with who I like who could not get their pro cards. I know at least 3 guys who were never able to get a pro card. They worked their butts off for it. They juiced their brains out for it. I know one guy, pretty much it did kill him. I hate to say that, he's dead. He still didn't get his pro card. Sam pulled it off in 2 shows. I mean, whether you like bodybuilding or not, you got to give some credit. I mean, even if you say, hey, I don't think this is a good goal, it's going to put you in a grave early, he still did something that is extremely, extremely difficult to do. Did he not? You guys know how hard it is to get a pro card in your second show? I mean, just statistically speaking. Statistically speaking, that's pretty difficult. So I can stand there and go, you know what? I'm not going to be a hater. And he's not going to win the Olympia. He's not. That's just, I don't know why you think that's the case. But that's neither here nor there. I don't think anybody is saying he's going to. What are you talking about? Only his diehard fans. But the kid earned a pro card in the second show. That's hard to do. I can give credit where credit is due. All right, we don't have to be a hater. See how that works? Now, is pro bodybuilding in its current format a death cult? Yes, absolutely. Should bodybuilding drop the ridiculous body fat standards, like the level of shreddedness that they want people at? Should bodybuilding, including natural bodybuilding, probably drop that? Yeah, I think they should. I don't think it's wise to make people cut that lean. No, Morgan, that's not hating. That's a realistic assessment. And that's not being a hater. That is an objective assessment of the criteria for which they are looking for. And you look at genetic potential and other stuff. Keep in mind the amount of side effects we saw visually, the health side effects already a year ago. That's like, I don't think so, man. And it's not being a hater. It's just flat out saying, I don't think he has the genetic tolerance to the drugs to be a Mr. Olympia. With the amount of stuff they need to push to be in the top 5 at the Olympia, the amount of stuff they have to put in their body, you have to have a genetic resistance to the side effects. I'm not seeing that genetic resistance. It's just, sorry, he just wasn't born with a special gift for keeping lower blood pressure or keeping, hematocrit in check, chest cavity inflammation. So the side effects that we're seeing, like the chest cavity inflammation already, that we were seeing a year ago, we're seeing that at that young of an age. He does not have the genetic tolerance to the health damaging side effects. He just doesn't have it. And that's not a knock at his character. That's not a knock at his work ethic, Morgan. That is saying he will not survive the amount of drugs that are required to win there. Was already showing major health side effects last year. Do you see my point? That's not being a hater. That's saying, hey, you weren't born with a special set of genes. That's not being a hater. Right? Because you're saying he can reach a goal that requires you to pretty much destroy your body and die young. And so you're saying, because I say he doesn't have the genes to resist that, he doesn't have special genes to survive that better, like Ronnie Coleman did, for example. Right? That I'm being a hater. No, he just wasn't born with those set of genes. He just wasn't that lucky to be in that top 2 or 3% of people, or 5% with that gene set, who can handle 5 grams of testosterone without their blood pressure going absolutely astronomical, or who can run a gram and a half of tren without chest cavity swelling. Because we've already seen all that. We've already seen the chest cavity inflammation with his breathing and with his edema and stuff. Okay. He's already showing dangerous health side effects that early on. That's the problem. Okay, makes sense? So, but I'm not going to hate on the fact that he achieved this. I know guys who died trying to do what he did. He successfully achieved a goal at a young age on his second attempt that killed someone I know personally trying to get, who failed to reach that goal. And they quit trying and they died like a year or two later. Based on his appearance, would you say he's blessed? SD, I hope that's a joke. No, he's gone way beyond just anabolics. There's definitely insulin and other stuff in the mix. There has to be already. He won't be the first or the last. He's going to catch up with it. It will eventually. Thoughts on chocolate milk? Chocolate milk is junk. You really shouldn't be consuming it. It's garbage. Randy Miller says, afternoon, Jason. I'm new here. Any rules on what you discussed of what I won't? I mean, there's lines I won't cross. I'm not going to discuss racially sensitive topics. I'm not going to discuss stuff that's going to get me canceled. We don't discuss crazy stuff you saw in whatever stalker video some crazy person made about me, stuff like that. We don't discuss that stuff here. But, and there'll be things I'll just tell you I'm not going to answer. I don't feel like answering. And so here's my rule for the discussion. If I tell you I don't feel like answering it or I seem to ignore you, don't ask it 5 more times. This is fair. It means I probably don't want to talk about it. So, but we can get pretty intense in here sometimes. These 21 or 22 looks way older than that. Yeah. Does alternating the hand on dumbbell overhead press for 16 to 20 grams? What? Alternating dumbbell overhead press? I don't know that would really be my first choice for a hypertrophy exercise. Now, if you're talking about a one-arm heavy one, almost like a push press, that might have some athletic stuff. That wouldn't be my first choice for hypertrophy, which you just described, really. Not to bring up drama, ignore me if you want. SD, the one I already covered, or has there been a new one? Is it the one where he called me a whore and a sex worker? I've already addressed that. We did a whole video about it. Do you read Thomas? I'm actually somewhat familiar with Thomas so well, and I generally hold a favorable view of him. Afternoon, coach. Hello, Adam. Why don't you hook grip? Number one, I don't have long thumbs. When I tried to hook grip for a year, when I tried to do hook grip for a year, I still was failing when it got too heavy, and I went back to mixed grip. My deadlift went right up, number one. Number two, I play the guitar. I don't want that to compromise my music. Coach, will strap on an NH come clean one of these days and squish the beef. And would you accept a live stream with all three of you like a debate? I don't know about that. Oh, I'll get in a live stream with them, but I don't think it's going to be any burying the hatchet. And Milo would moderate. Oh, yeah, that's totally unbiased. Fair enough, man. I found you many years ago on channel. No, because of their rules, I don't upload them. Plus, I don't do that much firearm stuff other than occasionally go to the range these days. Like, I'm not super active with it. I just maintain a basic proficiency. Like, I'm not super like into right now. I just need to be proficient enough to defend myself. So probably not. Plus their policies. How can I know that my glutes weak for squat and deadlift? You could look at where you're weakest on the deadlift. You could also just assume that a bigger glutes will never hurt your squat and deadlift, so just train them. Still believe in the behind the neck press. If you have the shoulder mobility and health to perform the behind the neck press, then this is a very individual question, right? That I think it can be a really good exercise. For some people, it will be an injury waiting to happen. For others, it will give them amazing shoulder development. It's going to be based on your own leverages and mobility. Coach, why does mixed grip work as like a counter rotation? Rotation, counter rotation, right? How the forearms looking today, by the way, guys? How are my forearms? Can we rate these on a scale of 1 to 10? Where are we placing the forearms right now? Anybody? Also, how's the mic sound today? I made some changes to the settings. One of the few things I had access to. Give that forearms a 9. And does the mic sound better than the previous streams? All 3 and then Jason on his name wouldn't be right. All one strap on or NH would be lit. All right, you scared of bicep rupture with the mixed grip? No. Straps don't protect you from bicep ruptures, Morgan. You've never seen power lifters pulling double overhand with straps and still rip a bicep? Why don't you learn to deadlift correctly and not use trend? Let me state that again. Learn to deadlift correctly and don't use trend. Coach, your forearms look like big, juicy cock diesel, right? They're all hard and basketed like a cock, man. Cock arms right there. There you go. That sounds good today. Good. I'm glad the new adjustment helped. I was hoping it would. It sounded a lot better when I was recording earlier. Can you give me advice to build glutes without reverse hyper GHR? Super deep leg presses, super deep squats, other hip hinges would be some glute bridges. Why do women care so much more about biceps and forearms? They don't. Guys care about them. Women don't care about it as much as you think they do. Can we get a Rip Veiny calf flex, coach? I don't know. Can I get a super chat? Yeah. Randy, I was never in the military, actually. I'm not saying I haven't gone and taken tactical classes. I'm not saying I haven't had really close people in my life who did give me some shooting training and experience who did serve. But no, I did not, in fact, serve in the military. So let me make sure there's no misunderstanding there. So Adam, I don't know, man. Can I get a super chat in exchange for a calf? Can we get, yeah, guys, get them likes up. There's only 11 likes. All right, man, I'll give you a freebie. There's a calf. I still got shoes on. You guys got to pay for this stuff. All right. Over here doing G for free. Can you do chin-ups with one hand, the other like a wrist like Rock did? Nope. So with natties, the bicep tear on a mixed grip is a myth. Yeah. If they know how to pull correctly and pull the slack out and they lock the elbows, it's very unlikely. Can we get these likes up? Absolutely. That's a good question. Peppermint said you guys are not hitting the like button. You do only, I totally have an OnlyFans now. It's PG-13 at the moment, though. You guys check it out, man. All my social media is here. If you guys don't follow me on Facebook or Instagram, click there. There's all my links. Follow my Facebook, follow my Instagram. But yes, I have a pretty tame OnlyFans. No, I don't show you my butthole. No, I don't stick stuff in it. We don't do all that. It's pretty much tasteful. once it's rated 18. Adam, you gonna stick to that? Because if I do, it might be pay-per-view. The main will still always be technically PG-13, most likely, on the main part of it, right? Coach, is it okay to do cable chest supported rows every other day, or is twice a week enough? Twice a week should be more than enough, man. Coach, or Chucks the prime lifting shoes? They seem almost iconic. They are. I own multiple pairs of Chucks. I've worn them all out. Randy, I will take special requests, but it doesn't mean I'm going to do them. Here's my rule. I won't discuss out here, but if someone is already on there and they want a special request, they have to send it to me, and I'll discuss it with them from there. But I don't put stuff in my butt. Just saying. All right. Nothing more than a finger usually, and I don't mind that. If a woman wants to put a finger in there while she's giving me head, we're cool. No, York, there's plenty of guys on there. It's like 40, 60. Coach or Chuck's the prime? Yes, they are. Coach, will you put your natty or not in a playlist? I'd have to go through and dig them up. Can men take requests? Yeah, I mean, they can give requests. Hey, Limitless, why are you asking stuff like that when you know I'm going to ban you for it as a regular poster? Why don't you delete your comment? You already know we don't discuss the stalker channels here. In fact, you already know that anyway, so it's probably time for you to finally go, since you still left the comment up after I even warned you of that. Here, Limitless, I'll delete it for you. Don't be doing stuff like that. You know better. You know the rules. You guys don't discuss that stuff. I don't know why that's so difficult. No, I didn't give him the countdown. I just removed it for him. I used to do that countdown. I give you 10 seconds. Or ASMR requests permitted on your OnlyFans? Yeah, totally. Totally. I'll do ASMR requests. That's an interesting one. See, different people like, the funny thing is, man, like I've gotten requests. Nobody has asked me for anything like really out there. And that's what's funny. Like everyone's like, oh, dude, I've never even asked but had a request to see my junk. I'm serious. No one's even asked for that. It's been funny stuff. Like not funny, but just what people are interested in. So, I mean, an ASMR would be about up there with the requests I've already gotten. It's kind of par for the course. Coach, please don't let us say he's a good person. That's why I gave him a chance. You got a pump right now, Jason Arms? No, I didn't. I've been chilling here. I just got back from the grocery store. Had to get some chicken. Man, they had I was going to grab some other stuff. Then I looked over and saw they had split chicken breasts at 99 cents a pound with a limit. I'm like, let me grab that limit. Couldn't believe that. Please bring back the countdown. What requests have you had? I mean, Yorkie, like the last one, someone asked me, would I lift weights? Would I do some curls in my underwear? Jag, that's wild. I love ASMR, but only if it's a cute girl tapping a mic. Well, you know, I'm not exactly cute. Well, I'm cute. I'm not a girl, but I'm definitely cute in my own special way. Don't forget to like against Jason. That's right, guys. Hit that like button. Come on, hit the like. Halfway there. Oh, we're living on a prayer. I'll probably subscribe later. I hope you don't okay with kinky ASMR. Yeah, possibly. I mean, like I said, you can always give your request, and then I'll tell you yes or no, and then whatever I think it's worth. You're like a cute biker-looking guy. That's a nice plaque on the 100. Yep, my silver play plaque. You need to get lean. I'm already decently lean. I'm not trying to get shredded. That's funny. All right. That's funny. Okay, so here's I don't actually have that many women actually tell me I'm hot. I get, and this is what's going to be hilarious because you're looking at me, right? And this is me. I actually get the cute more than I get the hot. I've gotten adorable. I've gotten you're so cute, you know. And yes, they were interested. Yes, it's been someone I've slept with, you know. But it's like, yeah. Have you been practicing guitar lately? Yeah, I put up a couple clips on Facebook. I threw up yesterday on Facebook. If you check, and it should be on this. I didn't put all of them on Instagram. I did just a quick run of Black Sabbath solo, the intro first, and then I did the first minute or so of Eric Clapton, Layla. Jason, you ever been to Thailand? No, I've never been. I know a guy though who lives out there now who does that whole. He puts all that stuff online. Smash them likes like NH smashes Cubby with the strap on. You're exactly time women's tightrope down to the T. I do well with Asian girls, actually, even here. Surprisingly, it's kind of funny. I don't know why they will very much hit on me. I don't know specifically why either. Shredded is below 10%. Yeah, I don't plan on going under 10%. My incline is 265 now. How can I reach 310? You're going to have to put some muscle on, dude. You're going to have to put some muscle on, homie. You've got to have to build that chest up. You have to build the pecs and the front delts a lot more because you're talking about another 45 pounds. That's a whole plate. And I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm telling you, you're going to have to get a lot thicker. You're going to have to build that whole upper teddy shelf up, man. Ever thought about joining Cameo? I've actually had someone advise me to do Cameo. A friend of mine was looking into it the other day, and she told me, you should consider Cameo, Jason. I'm like, why? Is your body count under 1,000? Wow. I don't know my number, but it's not 1,000. Are you serious? Should you really be sleeping with women at your age as opposed to what, men? I mean, no, women I know will do the cute. The nice guns, yeah, I've actually literally had one shout out to me. She yelled out and asked me if I had a license for those guns. It's hilarious. I stopped and chatted with her, but it was hilarious. No, I didn't get her number or anything. She was too young. Coach, would you ever do a public Spotify where you can listen to the songs? I don't know. I use Apple Music. I don't use Spotify. So I just do artist playlists. So like right now, like when I was training today, this was my playlist. It was AC/DC today. I think yesterday was Motorhead. Why do women like glutes so much? Because it represents thrusting power and stamina. Coach, would you ever do, let's see, if training with one set per body part right now, no. The data is overwhelming that one set does really badly for muscle growth. That's not even subject to debate. That ball jack dude really gets Asian women going, but I've witnessed it firsthand. Yeah, I don't know why that is either. I don't know why that is. I mean, who knows? I don't know why that is specifically. So being jack would make you like a super stud out there. Gotcha. Can I reach 310 in 6 months? Dude, that's a lot. You're talking about a 265 incline to a 310 in 6 months. That's asking a lot. That's like a serious long-term goal. What's your go-to song when lifting? I don't. I have a whole bunch of different songs. I don't like Metallica that much, to be honest. I mean, Yorkie Head says, one set on the big lifts is fine as long as you're doing plenty of secondary work. That I agree with. Hey, man, okay, well, go do your own research then. Go look at studies yourself. Like, I'm in the middle of a live stream, dude. I'm not citing research for you right now. If you had spent an hour looking at volume studies in hypertrophy, though, you would already have come to that same conclusion, though, without me having to tell you anything. Mehdi, it's asking a lot. Not saying impossible, but monkeys might also fly out of my butt too. He's not there to do your homework. Yeah. What do you mean, Jason? You're not going to do research papers on demand for him? I will, if he's an OnlyFans and he requests a special request for me to cite some studies for him in a video, because that's his kink. I'll do it, I guess. I liked Metallica when I was, what's up, Vino? You don't like Metallica? Vino's a regular here on Facebook. What's up, homie? So I liked Metallica when I was younger, number one, until I heard them play live, and then I realized they really suck. But it's mainly Hetfield, though. Like, lead guitarist is still pretty skilled. But James just can't sing, dude. He just can't. Also, I didn't like some of their later works. I came up on their early stuff. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning. There's another one, Hell Bent for Leather. Do you have any opinion on what to do when I hip thrust in the gym? People look at me. No, dude. What are you worried about, man? Women are probably looking at you, admiring the thrusting power, homie. Don't be embarrassed by that. Michael Hearn did 405 incline for 8 reps in his 50s. Was it 8? I thought he did a triple. Let's talk about doing multiple movements, one set, EMG, chin-up froze. Oh, maybe. But even then, I'd like a little more volume. I don't like less than about, calves or something after squats, you can get away with 3, but generally I don't like less than about 5 sets for a muscle. You're really pushing the limit, Now, 5 really, really, really hard sets in a single workout, even if you're rotating through some different movements, I can get behind that, Robert. I can get behind that, right? My gym is male only. What? Well, you need a different gym. Robert McGowan, what's up? Big J, what's up, Robert? No, he did 450 for what? Need big arms. We all need big arms. Yeah, Robert, in theory, you could do that. It could be workable. Yeah, I think that's workable, what you described, 3 times a week. It's not, I wouldn't necessarily program that way, but I don't see why you couldn't make really good gains doing it, as long as the sets are high quality. Jason, if you could guess Michael Hearn's cycle, I'm amazed that he uses low test, moderate DECA growth hormone. I think male gym is good because I don't get distracted, Okay. Will you be collabing with others on OF? I don't know. I haven't had anybody offer. Michael Hearn is the strongest 50-plus daddy ever, right? Right. But Bill Kazmaier is stronger than Michael Hearn. Yeah, but Bill Kazmaier is his own beast. Michael Hearn, though, is legit. In terms of goals in your 50s, seriously, guys. Right? Who's a vegan? None of them people are vegans. What are you talking about? Yeah, Yorkie, I agree. I would rather just do multiple exercises. Michael Hearn's not a vegan. I've seen Michael Hearn grilling steaks in a video. Dude had some ribeyes on the grill with his wife. The vegan ribeyes? Just saying. It's the memes and best natty vegan body. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. That vegan steak, that natty growth hormone. Everyone calls him Myco Trim, but I don't actually see signs of trim. I don't think he's on trim personally. I think he's a low test DECA growth hormone guy. I bet Michael Hearn likes Metallica. He might. I don't know. Arms looking thick and juicy. Big J, appreciate it, man. Coming along. Forearms on point today. All veiny. I did all this band work on the press downs today, though. Someone said Bill Kazmaier. I don't know how much force it takes to do that, to be honest. I mean, Bill was strong. I mean, he won that world's strongest man so many times. The guy was a 600-pound raw bencher back in the day, too. Keep in mind, people weren't benching 700 plus back then. Like, people didn't bench 700 till I was an adult. Been following you for over 10 years. Really like your older vids, like one set training. Yeah, I mean, I did that for a short time. I've tried a whole variety of things. Are you going to compete in the Masters? Maybe. I mean, I broke 7 state records in Masters in Texas a couple years back. A long week for me, taking the week off. Joints of rest sucks, but I need it. Hey, man, why don't you just do? I don't think you should take a week off. No, I'm not going to do bodybuilding. No, I'm not going to compete. Thoughts on the occasional 20? No, I don't advocate going more than 20 hours because there's no benefit and you're losing muscle tissue. You cannot go that long without protein. It will cost you muscle tissue. So no, I'm going to go with no. I don't see what you're getting out of it that would justify that. And if you want to do a 20 hours, I think that's fine. You need protein. Just my opinion. You asked. It's slowly trickling up. Jason, why bodybuilders can't beat arm wrestlers? I don't know. Keep in mind, bodybuilders have a lot of fake muscle in their arms. Some of that side enhancement could be affecting some of their strength production. Something guys don't think about in some of those discussions too. It shouldn't be lagging. My connection shows super strong. Like I've got a really strong connection right now. And I don't see any errors anywhere. So I don't know what to tell you, Home Skillet. Yes, I just called you Home Skillet. Hey, Jason, I did a 225 by 10 pause on the incline bench at 193. I think that's pretty dang solid. Do any of your friends know? I mean, not my real life friends. How much of a metabolic advantage is a high carb, very low carb diet? Very small amount potentially. Higher protein is going to be the real metabolic advantage. That protein overfeeding, that's where you see the true metabolic advantage. Ever played 8-ball pool? How's that different from normal pool? Oh, damn it, Bobby. That's your name. Your name is Damn it, Bobby. Jason, how many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop? I don't know, man. How many does it take? We're going to get some crazy answer in here. Yeah. I played it in the past some. I was never really good at it. I didn't play it that much. There'd be no way to park a car in there without getting rid of most of my stuff. Arm wrestling notorious for bicep tears. Yeah. Al said it takes 3 licks. Limitless says it's 69 licks. All right. Real difference in tongue strength there. Yep. That's true, man. I mean, having your tongue strong has its perks. Jason, I heard this quote, I do hypers before and after I do squat and deadlifts. As soon as I was doing hypers before and after squats and deadlifts, I don't know. That's an interesting question. I've messed with that some in the past, and it's not necessarily bad advice. Not bad advice. The Vino, what did you work there? With shoulders, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't aggravate my AC joint, which is that inflammation is why I've had the problems. I've assessed it at this point. So I'm not doing certain things. I just tested overhead press, my mobility. I didn't go real heavy. So I did a bunch of front raises, pullovers, neck extensions, band pull aparts, and called it a day. Can you walk to a food store? No, they're all too far, dude. In my vest, it would take me an hour to get to one. Hey, John, I already know what's wrong with my shoulders. I've already very carefully assessed it. I know what caused it in my training, and I know what symptoms I have. So I'm going to just rehab it. It doesn't hurt, though. That's the thing. Like, my shoulders don't actually hurt. That's been the interesting stuff. Do you think Mike Menzer had good? No, not necessarily. He got a couple points right, but his overall advice, he got really crazy near the end. Well, John, I don't necessarily need to. Not when I already know what's going on with it. And it's not like there's going to be anything else that would cause the exact set of symptoms I have in the range of motion. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I'm having issues with my left wrist. Bench, even with wraps, is painful taking off. I'd still do some light work. Inflammation of the AC joint. I'm not going to give you the entire long word. But my AC joints are inflamed on both sides. It's a common occurrence for wide grip benching, by the way. Would you collab with Phase? Is that Joe or is that someone else called Phase Lifts now? I don't keep up with the name changes. I tried Mike Menzer workout. I did 2 workouts per week, but yeah, dude, most people's not going to work well. That stuff he put out in his later years was ridiculous. And then that's what everyone quotes him as. Not saying his training wasn't good when he was competing in the Olympia. The stuff he put out before he died was ludicrous. Alan, no, I can look at it pretty easily and tell. I don't need a diagnosis. Unless you think I'm wrong. I have absolute training related cause that I can assess based on my training history. And I have the symptoms that match specifically that type of inflammation. I think it's pretty straightforward. And I had a training protocol that causes it. Or can. Do you gym sell this stomach? What do you mean, Tristan? No. No, dude. No. That's a modern problem. That didn't exist when I was younger. Like, you guys not being able to talk to women and get laid is a modern occurrence. But when I thought you were always a close grip, I was. And then I went over to wide grip for a couple of years. And now I can't lock my arms over my head. See the point, Robert? When I used to be only a close grip bencher, guess what? I could strict press 225 and lock it. I would spend a bunch of money, take time out of my day to schedule it for them to tell me exactly what I already know. Speaking of gym cells and incels in general, isn't it mad that NH is admitted to being an incel, but he still calls you the cuck? The cognitive dissonance is crazy. Yet none of my exes, people have spoken to a number of my exes, and none of them have ever said anything like that. So it seems kind of strange, doesn't it? You think it's worth reading books these days? No, read some books. No, it's about because of the cell part, the celibacy. Yeah, no, that is literally not talking to girls. No, I never did that. Sorry, dude. I mean, I'm not about that type of life. I mean, you're free to be if you want, but I'm not I'm not living without women or without sex. I'm not doing it, homie. You're just not going to convince me to be a monk. All right. Did you hear about the mammoth mice? No, I don't care. What advice would you give to gym cells? They should go talk to women. There you go. Have you tried riding a real bike outside the last 10 years? Nope, and I probably won't. There we go. One of them. Bye. It's pretty groundbreaking. Okay. I'm convinced the incel thing is a direct result of social media destroying people's mental health, possibly. Right. So I don't know the difference, man. You're talking in a world that is not my world, Tristan. I don't have knowledge of that sort of world. Sorry, dude. I can't help you. Like, I don't know all these differences. I just know it's a bunch of dudes who don't talk to girls. It's all the same thing. All right. A woman asked me to work in yesterday, and I fumbled all my words. What? Are you serious, Robert? Why? What's the problem? Just talk to her. Fumbled your words? No, man. You should have just been like, talk to her like a normal human being. Version there's always been a thing. True. Do you think men put women on a pedestal and cause them to fumble? No. I think they just don't talk to them limitless. Stop overthinking it. I already know that you overthink it because we've talked about this before. No, just go talk to them. Stop. Do you consume any looks maxing content? No, don't care about it either. The correct forward head lean, what direction would you do? Weighted neck? I don't know. I don't ever recommend the other direction other than back because you don't want to risk additional sleep apnea, right? Just do extensions. A lot of the forward head lean, though, is other postural stuff with your traps. It's 100% mental. We all know ugly do too slay. Yes, we do. Limitless nobody will. His fans are going to drive it on because they want to see him freakier. They don't actually care about him. See, they're not really fans, are they? I wrote a comment and everyone hated me. Yep. Yeah. His fans aren't going to put up. They don't care about him. They don't care if he dies. And if you call it out, you're just a hater. It's weird the way the internet works with this stuff. Those fans are not really fans, are they? He's not promoting drug use. That's true, ST, but they probably aren't afraid to talk to women. Looks aren't super important. They matter, but not as much as people think. I mean, yeah, they matter, but confidence matters more. The ability to articulate matters. Those Sam Sulek did well questions. Will his cult push him to newer and even more extreme unhealth limits? I think they will. Well, Rich is dead. Probably similar quantities, to be fair. They're probably in the same ballpark. They're probably in the same range, give or take. I mean, the same general range in that 5-ish gram plus growth plus insulin. Rich definitely had more oil. No, he didn't. That wasn't oil. That was collagen. SD. What do you mean he only ever hurt himself? Other than when he beat both of multiple of his ex-wives, black and blue, and then one of them pressed charges and he fled California? Or when he hit Jason Genova in public, a mentally handicapped person? You have a very different perception of Rich. I mean, I covered it in a video when one of them happened. Remember the recording when he was whooping her and calling her an N-lover and was dropping the N-word over and over, screaming it while he was beating her butt? And then he fled the state shortly after? Yes, because she went and pressed charges. He beat her black and blue, broke ribs, broke her nose, everything. The public only got the recording. They didn't always hear the full story that a lot of us got to hear. She pressed charges. I saw the proof. But no, the recording, you heard him beating her while screaming and calling her an N-lover, meaning the racial slur. That was recorded. I mean, I played part of it, and I've censored that stuff out, but it was all over the web when he did it. She released it. She was recording him while he was beating her. I mean, did you not know all this? It was everywhere. And then he fled California that week and went to Florida. Robert, it's not my place to always get in those. What do you mean? I'm going to step in and stop it. There's security guards. It's not my place to step in and stop a 300-pound roided up guy from slapping somebody else necessarily. What gear could Kennedy be taking? I'm not sure. It's very, very small amounts. I didn't hear that part, Muhammad. I never heard that. Like you do. I don't do any blood flow restriction. I'm not a fan of blood flow restriction. I do a fair amount of cardio, though. I do a lot of high rep band work after my heavy lifting. How do we reach out to Sam? You can't, Limitless. You can't reach out to him. You're some person who's never heard of who lives in another country. You're not going to be able to. You rich as bull now. He was kind of groundbreaking, though. He brought a lot of attention. I mean, Rich was definitely an exhibitionist. I'll give him that. Rich had a humiliation fetish. Yeah, I don't get that, man. What are your thoughts on that? I've never heard of that. Steve, I don't know the reference. Let's get checked at her. I don't know what that means. Is that like a YouTube channel? Is it a company? I don't know the reference. So I can't have thoughts on it if I don't know what it is. Who's big? Oh, God, I've never heard of her. Big Lenny was one of the Delray misfits. It was a dude who passed away somewhat recently. Dudes who destroyed their health through the year just to put on a bit of muscle is surely an indicator of some deeper insecurity training is meant. Yeah, SD, but keep in mind what some of these people are doing. So you take someone like Rich, that goes way beyond just using a little gear. The guy had dozens and dozens of surgical procedures to implant collagen, confirmed by his first wife, and it looked like collagen, like you could tell looking at it. His first wife says she drove him to him. So, I mean, that's where we get into a whole nother level. Someone like Rich with that, it's a whole nother level. I mean, keep in mind the cycle he put up before he died. So you can't compare that. Like you're over here talking about, 300, 400, 500 milligrams of test. Rich was on, do you remember the stack with all the stuff added in? 4.5 grams. That's 4,500 milligrams. Plus growth hormone, plus insulin, plus IGF-1. Okay. Do belts actually help prevent back injuries at all? Not really. What's the most gear you've ever heard of anyone running Boston Lloyd at 13 grams a week? I know a really high level coach who'd given me some guys pretty big cycles for powerlifters, and some of them were real high, like in that 6 gram a week range. I know someone who I won't name the lifter, a really, really famous world level lifter, who they were chatting with him in person at the same meet. And I knew that they knew him. And the guy shot 10 grams of testosterone the day before the meet. I mean, I've personally known guys on 3 or 4 grams, personally, like in person, not on the internet. If you could go back, Jason, would you not do gear? 100% would have done gear. I can't believe people actually took advice from Boston. So SD, let me be clear on that. Like, I actually don't have any regrets about ever using testosterone. Like, I really don't. Um, 10 grams of testosterone is saying, how does your heart not explode? What do you mean? It doesn't necessarily explode. We know that, what's his name, was on that regularly. Dallas McCarver, based on the autopsy, he was on about 10 grams. If you extrapolate the math on the blood work. Yeah, people really do stuff like that, guys, believe it or not. So that's why I'm over here talking about people getting upset when we talk about 300 to 500 milligrams. It's like, guys, you need to look at what people out here are doing. You'd be shocked. It's just not going to, and keep in mind, we're talking about other stuff added. Nobody who's on 10 grams is only using anabolics. They're definitely going to be adding other stuff. And then a lot of these guys use other recreational drugs, party drugs. People have this idea that because someone's a hardcore lifter, if they're not like a true fitness and health fanatic, they act like they don't party. Right? A lot of them do. Limitless, I'm sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, he's on. These days, I'm only on test right now, ST. I am a big Prima Bowling fan, actually. No, that's just my ceiling fan on low. Diuretics in high amounts are deadly. Yep, I've seen bodybuilders do coke in person, like competitive bodybuilders. Dude, I've been hanging out with a couple chicks and a competitive bodybuilder, and they wanted to come by. And the dude literally just dumped a baggie out and snorted it on her countertop. Girl's house we were chilling at. Right on her bar. Do you know of any YouTube coaches who have always been natural? Probably not. Yeah, I can't lie. The fan is kind of rhythmic. It sounds like samba music. Right. Jason, you ever dated a girl who dated a bodybuilder? Yes. Notice I didn't even hesitate. I didn't need to think about that one. Yep. Did the plumber end up coming? Yeah, he fixed everything. Have you ever tried a nose beer? I don't know what that is. Or do you mean Coke? No. I've been offered it many times, and I have always turned it down. It's better in call or out call. Oh, Tristan. No, you don't want chicks showing up at your house that you are paying you. They don't need to know where you live. What are you talking about, homie? You go to them and you always Uber. All right. Right. Thoughts on Liver King? Do we really need thoughts? I don't know what happened to Stubing, Brett. Or should we say, I don't know what's going on with Stubing these days. It's just not, who knows? Who knows, man? That's just a very sad situation, unfortunately. Try it. These chicks will set you up. Well, not even that, Tristan, you know. They just don't need to know. They don't need to know where to find you, man. Jason, do you like do you mean tortillas? What are we talking about? Training inner chest like what flies your pec deck worth? It doesn't train the inner chest. Triff says, how's it going? It's going, man. Dude went from having the most genetically gifted spine, ribs of steel, man, to becoming Caitlyn Jenner. Ribs of steel, man. There's a pimp you need to worry about. Right. Oh, man, I think we're talking about two different things here. Oh, tortas, no, not necessarily. Trips, what did you delete? I didn't see that. It is amazing that Stubing was never injured. Ribs of steel right there. That was ridiculous. Talking about girls on dating apps. Oh, okay. Hey Tristan, they were talking about something else. Someone said in call versus out call. Is full body the best? No. Brings a whole nother mention to. Oh man, yeah, that's rough. Keep in mind his situations. Working girls. I thought we were discussing gigolos. See, we're talking about totally separate things, SD. Right. Is bulking and cutting the most effective way to gain muscle? No. You can recomp just fine. We're a different wavelength, it seems, man. Like, yeah, we're on a different wavelength, man. You buy it or you sell it. Oh, man. Right. That's what they were talking about, Tristan. You totally missed that conversation. No. Most people who have transformations do bulk very hard and get strong on the side. Muscle comes. Yeah, but it would also come if they didn't bulk that hard either. We get tens of thousands of views. Not necessarily. I don't see why they would. No, it's not going to come slower. The strength, but not the muscle, because fat actually improves leverage. Is truth. Martin Bergen. Martin stuff wasn't bad. Just be aware of there can be issues with it, but it's not bad. I wonder if we see Spiky come in asking the same questions again, right? Triff might actually be spiky. Like you gain muscle faster. No, you don't. Triff, the evidence shows you actually don't. You only gain fat faster. You don't gain more. SD, I don't know where you guys are from. It's pretty common everywhere. It's a massive industry now. Like you'd be surprised who all does it. I know a few. No, that's a totally different world than it once was. It's not anything like you would think. I'm not even going to get into that conversation though. Triff, I'm not going to answer that question. If you're OF branched off to ask, I'm not going to answer that question, guys. be honest, place like Amsterdam or Spain, where it's been acceptable for decades, not shocking it's spreading. Yeah. Which saves women too. Like, you do know women hire escorts too, right, SD? They hire men. It's actually really common. Most men have wives who don't service them properly, so end up getting escorts all the time. Is helping a smart way? What do you mean is helping what? Walking. Yeah, walking is a good way to burn calories. But is it unhealthy to pay? What? I'm not going to really discuss on Limitless. Probably not necessarily, I guess. If you're not careful, diseases potentially, I suppose. They just use Backpage. That's not that good. There's plenty of sites that cater for that now, Robert. Anyways, we're all paying for it somehow, right? But no, man, that's a whole different thing these days. Is protein the most important macro to get muscle? Yeah. I mean, they all matter, but protein's the most important. If I scream cuss words at the weights, will it make me able to lift more, coach? No, not really. Oh, man. We're past the hour. Do we still want to run this? Oh, let's get rid of this Lulz guy. Elliot Holson gear. I don't know, probably. Oh, man. Is neutral grip the most active for hitting the chest on a flat bench press? No. Keep the lives rolling. I don't know. I almost feel like I need some super chats if I'm going to stay in here this long, guys. You're going to need to donate. Also, follow all my stuff. Remember, guys, I do have an OnlyFans. Follow my Facebook, follow my Instagram. It's all there. Like all my stuff. That's right. Adam needs to send a super chat. I don't know. Whatever. Because otherwise, I'm going to get some other work done. My OnlyFans is $14.99. That love. Yeah. Oh, you funny. How's it going? I've got a few people. I only started it this month, though. It's pretty well end of last month. Still solid for you to come chill with us for an hour, Jason. Really appreciate these lives becoming a highlight of the evening. Appreciate it, man. It's all good. Adam gives me 99 cents. I appreciate you know what, Adam. Hey, man, it all adds up, brother. I'm gonna give that a love, and I'm like, appreciate it, dude. What do you think about Scott Mendelson sniffing Halo? Oh my God, sniffing Halo. You think, man? My former client Doug's doing pretty well. Someone sent me 10 Bitcoin, right? You guys want my Coinbase wallet? I need to start putting some of that up, right? Hey guys, you guys can donate Bitcoin to me. Just hit me up in the DM. I'll send you my stuff. I take Bitcoin even for consultations and coaching. Like, I have people who pay Bitcoin now. Like, one of my clients in Singapore pays a Bitcoin. If you try to grow your hair, wouldn't it grow up here? The front is pretty dang thin. So it's pretty thin. I still have a tiny bit of stubble through here. Not much, right? Not much. All this back here would grow out. I'd have the big Picard uniring. There'd probably be a few spiky bits here and there. Triv, no one's going to give me 100K. There's a lot of stuff I do for 100K. SD, I mean, I take Bitcoin. I've been taking Bitcoin for years from clients or for consultation. So if you want one of those hour calls, I take Bitcoin for those. I work for your special service. I can pay you in stand. I don't think so, Robert. Do your best. No, I usually don't. Although my last time I got paid, I cashed it out. I ended up getting more than what was paid. So I technically made a bigger profit off of it the last time I cashed it out than had I just been paid with Zelle or something. What is to being stated? Hey, Brett, I don't want to keep covering that over and over. I already told you guys once it was nothing sexually inappropriate. Does that make sense? When I told you guys that look, I needed to block him. Right. But I don't want to break it all down again. Like I've already said it in one live stream and we don't need to cover it again. It's not like some amazing juicy thing. It's not like, and I said that he didn't do anything like sexual or anything. Yeah, there were people back in the day spending 10 Bitcoin on pizza. Yeah. Oh man, I bet they feel dumb. Sure. If you think fitness coaching has a lot of money to be made, my body's just very skinny due to big bulks and cuts. Well, then you may not. Yeah. Can you imagine how you'd feel today if you spent 10 Bitcoin on a pizza back in the day instead of sitting on it? Oh my God. Man. You talk about mistakes. I thought the biggest mistake I ever made was the fake Merc thing. I would say that definitely tops it. So how would I? So yeah, you probably would have to, Trip. I might jump on that OS stuff, get a couple grandma's help. There you go, Brett. Steve Shaw just put over press covers 97% of side shoulder. I don't know about that. I think it does carry over some though. I've seen skinny coaches been in real life on to one coaching in a gym. If you're an online coach, yeah, you're gonna need the physique or the strength. Hassan, that's really kind of strange. Oh man. I'm about to get rid of you, but I'm trying not to laugh. You guys really are that clueless. Okay. Wow. Man, I've just got to say to my stalkers, you guys, I really can't imagine being as stupid as you guys are. I really can't. Jesus Christ. Okay. You guys are really that clueless. Wow. No, I get it. That's fine, dude. I get it. I'm just okay. No, this the person thinks that I hire escort. Okay. Oh my God. Oh. Oh wow. This is, how do you manage low back fatigue? Your low back must be made of granite. I manage the fatigue. I do lots of reverse hypers, all that stuff. The reverse hypers have been a game changer for that. Hey, Triff, I'm about to get rid of you. I'm going to let you delete your comment if you like. Triff, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to get rid of your goofy question you just asked. Good. Appreciate it. How do I get big hamstrings? Big deadlift, Romanian deadlifts, glute ham raises. Good mornings. When I had my good mornings up to 550 pounds, I had pretty big hamstrings. They're pretty big now still though. But I've done reps for 405 not long ago on a good morning. He was too quick for the countdown, right? Ryan, I saw a Facebook post. Can nobody post some serious con level nonsense? Basically, he eats junk food and drinks tequila every weekend and has a test level in the 800s in his 30s. Yeah. Will you do Rita Vexriel videos? Well, 500 deadlift guarantee big hams. It'll help. What's the hottest chick? Robert. these people, they are clueless. They're absolutely clueless about every aspect of my life. They've created their own make-believe version. It's just, I don't want to say who the hottest chick I've ever been with is. And we all have different tastes. I don't know who those people are, Tristan. Can nobody BS? Yeah. Squats and deadlifts are bad. That's nonsense. What do you think is a natural male's test peaks mid-20s? Your teens. SD, it declines by the time you reach adulthood. And it goes down slowly from there. Oh man, we're an hour and 11 in. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wind this down, guys. I need to get some more water. I love all you guys and gals. I'll talk to you next time.